All right. So, three things popped into my head while I was eating. Okay, I'll check in a second. Why, Ian? The first is I have a name for this. This is going to be called Chat's Chosen. The second is, I wonder if this is applicable to orcs. We need to look at orc raw HP. We might have to build Crippling Strike because we would like a character that's usable in more than one fight. The Perforator? Perforator's pretty good too. Let me check the private messages first. Okay. Try it without crippling strikes. Name dagger didn't 3-shot. We're not looking at 3-shot. It's supposed to have 4-shot on average. Even with the obsidian dagger. The difference is between 4 and 5 without the obsidian dagger. Fighting a barbarian king too, which presumably has more hit points than a chosen. Yeah, I want to see the wounding. You said you wounded him every time? Okay. You can do that test versus a chosen. You can see it on the spreadsheet, YOEN, if you want to look at what we're working with right now. Okay, okay, there are three things. The name, we just looked at. I want to look at orcs, and then I want to look at crippling, if I have to use crippling to hit orcs or not. Okay. Okay, what was that then? So the next thing is, what are the orc hit points? That I have a spreadsheet for somewhere. There. Orc, where are my orcs? Orc Young, Orc Berserker. Orc Berserker up 250. Orc Warrior has 200 HP. 25% of 200 is 50. Alright, and what was Crippling Strikes Reduction again? Crippling Strikes Reduction puts it down to what? It brings the threshold to 66% and 75%. So what's 66% of, or rather 33% of 200? No, that's the wrong way. Oh my god. Okay. So if currently it's 75%, you have to do 25% damage. Where's the crippling reduction? How do I? What am I thinking here? Where am I? Just yeah, but walk me through it for a second, chat. I'm clearly missing just the step here that I need to do to convert that. So what is this? Our damage is it increase modifier? My damage decrease on what I have to do? Like where am I looking at this conceptually? Like what am I doing with crippling? .25 times 0.6 times 66, 75% of 50. What? No, 75% of 200 is 50. That's where we got 50 from. Or rather, 25% of 200 is 50. So now we need to do, we should have to do less than that. If we had to do 25% more, we had to do 25% more, now we don't have to do 25%, right? Crippling lowers the wound threshold from 75% to 66%. But, okay, but when I think of that, the wound threshold's 25%, not fucking 75%. So if I'm lowering that, so what is it then? 66% of 25? So then it only has to be 16.5%? Is that what we're looking at? Instead of 25%? That would make sense. Okay, so then if it's 16.5% of 200, and now we only have to do 33 damage. See, that makes sense. Okay. So with Orc Warriors and Crippling Strikes, we could actually cause wounds on that. On Orc Warriors to trigger Executioner for dagger punctures. Pretty reliably. What does that mean in terms of the number of kills? 200 is quite a bit more than 150. I mean, what was our average damage? Somewhere. Copy of average damage. We hate the chosen. Average damage we're doing right now with Executioner on a with the obsidian is 42. So if we start with 35 and move to 42, what are we actually doing? So how many hits to hit 200? 5. Becomes 5 to kill an orc warrior on average. And with a non-fame dagger, it's 7 or 6. So it's possibly viable if we use crippling strikes. It's actually viable versus orc warriors as well. Okay. Well, if it's viable versus orc warriors, then we could use it as a frontliner. Oh, we can't use it as a frontliner because he can't take hits. Fuck. He can't take hits because he doesn't have melee defense. Need to pay attention to the wounds modifier. Why? Why would I possibly have to pay attention to the wounds modifier? All right. Either way, possibly viable versus orcs. I want to build this. Attack, stamina, HP. It's Ganju. With maybe some range defense, but doubtful. Could do initiative too. Yeah, exactly. Incognito. That's the problem with, like, the wounds we're doing are never going to reduce their HP. It's all going to be piercing wounds for slower damage. Oh, I don't know. Pierce side is like, I don't know if they do pierce side. Use dodge. This thing's going to cause maximum, I don't know, huge amounts of fatigue. Okay, so the other thing is the build. Let's finish the build up then. So if crippling strikes is useful versus orcs, that's something that we want in again. So let's finish the build up and then go play some BattleBrothers. So we're looking at 3 build slots left and all the rest are basically necessary. And I think fast adaptation becomes extremely good. I think Indom might be necessary for survival. And we have to, and crippling for orc warriors. So it becomes crippling, Indom, fast adaptation. Orc warriors are going to be a lot harder to hit too because they have shields. Backstabber would actually be something that would be pretty useful versus this. I don't know if we're going to be surrounding orc warriors if that's a realistic thing. Maybe Indom isn't, but how else are you going to survive anything without fucking Indom? So this is currently no Berserk, which would be really nice on this. Anything not mandatory on this build so far? No, right? Everything else is mandatory? I hate taking gifted too. But it's such a big deal when you start looking at like the difference between missing 10% of the time and missing 5% of the time. Or missing 70 to 75, for example. And you start like playing with those numbers, like, all right, so if we have to hit 4 times, number of trials is 6, we realistically have to hit 4. So, all right, 75% of the time we can do that. And then if we go up to 0.75, oops. Goes up to 83. So 5 accuracy there brings us up like 8% more, well, not even 8% more of the time. It reduces the failure rate from 25% to 17%, which is really big. Like those numbers are super relevant. Like I always, like min-max, like maxing your like primary stat is so important. It feels like to me like everywhere. So I don't know about Indom. So Indom is the question. And these are the ones we're floating. I'm not sure Berserk matters. Yeah, we can recover if we kill with the first one, but not with the second one, right? No, 2 attacks is 6. We get 4 back. No, we can't recover. So Berserk is probably not. Backstabber is going to be super good if we are actually fighting near allies, which we probably aren't going to be. Indom seems like survivability, but so maybe is footwork or rotate. I guess I'm looking at that being the most likely, probably footwork being the most likely. So they can save themselves and then run off. right, we've got a build. Let's try it. I'll perforator. Is it like that? RO perforator? I've never tried to spell perforate. All right. We'll leave it like that for the moment and get rid of this. Go back to our game. Find some brothers. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a patch that changed Famed Armor. I did not see the patch notes from an hour ago. All right. Only applies to new ones, not the ones you've already got. All right, so let's save and quit. Let's patch. If they're buffing famed armor, that'd be very nice because the famed armor nerf was pretty noticeable. Stealth nerf too. Yeah, we're considering killing the chosen through armor, Zylo. Looking at ways to do it, anyways. Bursting them. Let's take a look at the updates. The updates say patch is gonna break the mods. I didn't even think about that. Fuck. Sewing machine. Change value of most beast trophies to be higher. Fix potentially wrong starting XP of characters in deserter origin. Fixed gash skill used for attacks of opportunity instead of slash skill. Fix visual glitch when a disarmed character's shield is hit. Fix world map generator failing on some rare map seeds that result in little water. Fixed issue with Lone Wolf origin having 2 Hedge Knights in the roster and no other backgrounds. Fixed various minor issues. Change named item stat generation numbers to slightly to create higher quality named items in general and better light and medium armors in particular. Only applies to items generated after this update. Okay. They buffed durability on weapons. Amazing. That's so good news. All right, so we need the obsidian dagger. And it just so happens we're standing next to the fucking witch hut, which by the way is in forest. Let's hope it's not in forest. That sounds a little fucking horrible. All right, so we're gonna bring our low resolve team to fight. Aren't you level 11 yet? It would be very helpful if you were level 11. 400 more experience, 2 fights. Well, with his mega modifier, maybe 3 fights. Although whip may not be relevant here. So if we're looking at quick hands, and what's the other one we pick up? What is the other one we pick up? Yeah. Yeah, no joke. What's the other perk we're taking on this? Oh, Brawny. Inventory is full. $11-man cheese strat for the hex again? Yeah, absolutely. Use the strats that work, bro. If we come back here in a minute. Do we just come from the north or come from the south? We came from here, right? Came up through there. All right, let's go back and sell. I'm so not set up to fight anything right now. Like just the brothers I have equipped versus unequipped and the way that's all set up right now. All right, cultist procession. You're rolling on lumberjacks right now? I think they might be. It's too late for cultists. What are they buying at? Is there any other modifier besides just cultists are more likely to spawn? No. 17.1. Maybe? We just need inventory space right now, right? Selling wooden clubs pre this fight seems questionable. So much garbage in our inventory. I was gonna use that paint. Oh well. Rip paint. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's go turn in this quest. Can't run around at 4 times speed. We'll run into 1 million undead. I'm like, I've got like 11 people equipped with like 1 frontliner and my banner standing in the front. All right, there's a triple here. A bunch of hunters, ton of food right now. 198 tools is nice. Grain is good price. Buying at 15, which is quite bad. What's the mission? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should run these missions. Maybe we didn't hate the undead crisis quite as much. So I've been looking for these missions slightly. Let's dodge whatever the fuck that is. Why doesn't it tell me what's in there? There it is. Okay. There's no necro there, right? Okay. All right. No Geist, no necro. No necro yet. We are playing Band of Poachers. We are supposed to have perfect information. This is not us just trolling for the best start. That is supposed to be what it's fucking giving us. We'll see what's there in a minute. Scouting. We have 12 equipped already? Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Some famed items too. New famed items too. We get to see how it rolled. Sure. Do I want archers versus scrubs? Maybe I do. It can be kind of annoying. All right. Fearsome and one-handed hammers. Nope. $32. Okay. Wow, Ian, are you wanting me to do that in stream, or are you gonna just run the test and let me know the results? I'm happy with you just doing it and letting me know the results. Is re-equipping the Fame Bow too much micromanagement? Which Fame Bow? Oh, on the brothers? Oh, I brought the wrong one. I thought I was bringing the other Fame Bow. It's okay. I think Sigtro is always willing to be in reserve, so I just never want to bring him anywhere unless it's a goblin fight. So. How many variants I want? The Obsidian Dagger versus a Rondel Dagger, and Crippling Strikes versus non-Crippling Strikes, and Orc Warrior and Chosen. And all I really want to know, the only thing we're looking for seeing is, does non-Crippling Strikes reliably cause wounds or not? That's it. Yeah, 413 Barbarian Helmet. Nice. Maybe they buffed the Barbarian Gear. The Barbarian Gear was absolute shit, so kind of be nice if they buffed it. That's way better than anything Barbarian has dropped for us. I think the highest we've seen is like 270 Barbarian. Barb Fames use regular items while keeping the look. Nice, that's a big buff. Why do I have a stupid net on me? Why use barb skull hammers instead of regular two-handed hammers? I don't have any regular two-handed hammers. Barb hammers are free. Though currently I'm not getting one of my bonuses. They're not cheap, they're free. It's weird they're willing to pay me 10k for a contract like this. There's no Necro, no Geist. That's what makes the late game. I mean, a shit ton of Fallen Heroes, I guess, scales too. Kinda. Yeah, Owen. Certainly can. I mean, the range on it's pretty big, but I'm looking for... I did it with average numbers for my sanity while calculating it, as well as looking for consistency. So I can certainly believe that we might get luckier, but plan for the worst, right? Or rather, plan for the minimums. Be happy to roll the maxes. Y-O-E-N. Sorry. I'm going to use a huge dude if I can, but I'm more interested, are we just consistently applying wounds without crippling strikes, particularly to Orc Warriors? But 100% want to know for the Chosen, but I'm curious about Orc Warriors too. Paying me 5,000 for this fight, chat. What do you think? Would you do this fight for 5,000? I think I would do this fight 5,000 times for 5,000. Well, from a mercenary company perspective, not so much from my sanity perspective. Well, it's 9k for 2. 9.5k for 2, so basically 5k per one, right? A lot of Fallen Heroes with, looks like they don't have two-handed greatswords anymore. They nerfed two-handed swords indirectly by taking them away from Fallen Heroes. It's interesting. Oh, he's gonna get to eat. Feels bad, man. Can you like headbutt him or something? Sure. I respect you, zombies. Just, I respect you more if you spawn faster. Hardest fight of our life. Confirm, confirm. All right. 89% famed item. 89%. What's 37 is the non-famed injury level for chosen, right? Or non-crippling strikes. And what is it with crippling strikes? What do we say it was? It's 0.66 of 25. So it should be, oops. Should be 25 with crippling strikes, right? Well, we were lied to. It's pretty fucking normal. $25 didn't injure? Can you confirm that's how crippling strike works? Are we doing the math right on that? There's a rounding thing. It's 24.75. But I thought that rounded up to 25, like nearly certain. So we just sell right here. Oh, what are they buying at before I sell everything? Oh, they're buying at no, it's not, that's the wrong one. 15.4. I'm like, they're buying at 23. Got excited. Too excited. Too soon. Get trolled. I have no usable inventory space. This is we're starting to take on just a little bit too much up here. Oh, we got enough goblins so we can go to the goblin city now. We'll try this 98.392%er. No, Bromir. No. It's on the... Well, I guess it's not on the screen. We have not. Alright, pull archers. Monk with the shield. And back rank there. Shields to the ready. Banner bro. M-Dogs. Could run disarm here. Excuse me. Okay. Looks fine.